Hello and welcome back to Kim's Cozy Corner. Today we are going to start harvesting the sweet potatoes. Thank you for joining me today, and we are working on sweet potatoes. My sweet potatoes went in the ground the last week in May. So they have been in the ground for at least 120 days in my 100-gallon container here. And we are going to start harvesting them because I know this upcoming week we are going to be in the 80-degree temperatures, and I will be able to start curing these potatoes outside while we have this nice warm weather. So we are going to go ahead and take care of the sweet potatoes in the large container, not all of them, in the large container. So let's just get to it. To do this properly, one of the first things that I need to do is get all of these vines taken care of. So I have vines going in all directions around here. So we are going to cut these back in this 100-gallon grow bag, and we are going to see the gifts that we're going to get from this container. Now I can see that the ground is pushing up in multiple places. So I'm hoping that we will have some nice sweet potatoes. Our sweet potatoes, I started them indoors, and I grew all of my own sweet potato slips. The sweet potato slips, I used two different methods. One, I put some sweet potatoes from last year into some soil, and I grew slips off of them. That was one method. The other method that I used was to put the sweet potato in some water, and then I grew slips on them that way as well. So hopefully we are going to get us a nice harvest today. Now I could leave my sweet potatoes in the ground until the first frost, which is an option, but I know I'm not going to be here toward the middle and the end of the month of October. So my first frost is usually the middle to the end of October, and I know I'm not going to be around. And so I need to take care of these while I know I'm here and I can manage them, make sure I get them cured so they can be nice and sweet for us to enjoy all winter long. Okay. A few more. So I do have some trees growing in here. I have trees growing everywhere. That's not new. So I am sitting in my nice DeerFamy garden stool. And for this particular project is perfect. If you're interested in this garden stool, it's from DeerFamy, and I have a link to the website in the description box. It gets you up high off of the ground, which is perfect for this grow bag. Again, this is 100-gallon grow bag, and we are going to see what we have. I have my basket, and hopefully we have something. So let's start in an area that I don't think is going to have anything, and then that way I'm not disappointed at the end. I prefer to be disappointed now and then find a nice potato. There's a potato right there. Okay, we got one. That's a good sign. There's another. Now this bag is completely dry, so hopefully we're going to find us some nice sweet potatoes in here. Now I grew Covington and Beauregard, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know one from the other, but I know those are the two that I grew. And oh wow, look at that! Nice potatoes! Okay, that one's a little small. But I feel them in here. They are definitely in here, some little ones. Here we go. Now, as I said, I'm not going to be in town over the next few weeks. And I want to make sure I get these out of the ground before frost hits them. I will not do the containers over there. I will leave them in a little longer. Now that potato started growing slips. That's interesting. So when you're ready to plant sweet potatoes, if you've never grown them before, this is an actual potato that was in the ground and slips grew off of it. So the green growing off of this potato, the green, these are called slips, and this is what you plant in the ground. Now, I did not plant potatoes in this bed. I only planted slips. So this potato started producing slips. Interesting. So maybe I left it in too long. I don't know. Oh well, we will just keep going. This is where the bag is kind of humped up. So I'm hoping to have a nice bunch of potatoes right here. There's a nice one. All right, let's put the potatoes in the basket so we can keep digging. Another very nice one. Man, they go deep. I can feel them. They are deep in there. There's another nice one. Woohoo! I hit the mother one. Look at that. All right. Okay. We are doing good. I'm not going to go deep right now. We'll just try to stay closer to the top. We'll pull some of the soil out to go deeper. Look at that. Look at that. Those are some nice potatoes. Y'all, I did this. I did not buy slips. I think a pack of, it was either 10 slips or 15 slips was like $25. And I said I wasn't paying that kind of money. I'm going to do it myself. And look, I paid nothing for these slips. I did them inside from last year's potatoes. And we did this thing, y'all. We did the thing. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some small ones in here. one more month, man, it would have been even bigger. All right. So let me go just a little deeper before I switch sides. Okay. So with this being a 100-gallon bag, I could not put all potting soil in this bag. So in the very bottom, I have twigs, and then I have some leaf compost, and then I started mixing in some potting mix and potting soils and that kind of stuff. But you can see it's nice and fluffy. This was a very happy container, and I still feel potatoes over there. Okay, all right. I think I'm going to go ahead and move over to the other side and work on the potatoes over there. But I already have one basket full. Let's get to the other side.
Breaking it down?
Oh no, I'm picking my sweet potatoes.
Wait a minute, Rita, hold on. You got sweet potatoes in there?
Yeah, yeah.
You planted sweet potatoes.
Uh-huh.
Girl, you got it going on. Pick all the tomatoes.
Oh no, not yet.
Y'all gonna have to give me some salsa when y'all make it.
Okay,
I'm serious. I'll pay for it.
okay.
All right.
All right. Okay, I am on the other side, and hopefully this side is going to give me a whole bunch of sweet potatoes as well. I am tell you what, I am so excited. This harvest, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's like you get in the grocery store. Look at the size of that. Oh my goodness. Y'all, we did it this year. We did it. We did it. I am super excited about what we did. And now I know I never have to buy sweet potatoes again. Now, do we eat sweet potatoes all the time? No, 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 no. But like we don't do the sweet potato fries and all that kind of stuff. But we do like a sweet potato pie or some, I call them yams, when you cut them up into chunks, especially in the winter. That's our favorite time to eat sweet potatoes. And we're going to have plenty to eat. I had sweet potatoes left over from last season's garden, but that's because I was trying to hold on to them. It's not like we ate them like we wanted to. And so between my Australian butter squash and sweet potatoes, I do believe, based on how many we eat, that I have a year's supply, or I will have a year's supply, especially when they look this good. Woohoo! Look at that. Man, y'all, I did it. Last year, all my sweet potatoes were so ugly and little and twisted. And this year, I got some nice size. Like these are perfect to cut up and put them in some little chunks. But y'all, look at this. And I'm not finished. This is just probably half or maybe 2/3 of the bag. But look, this is gorgeous. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because I feel them down here. Woohoo! I'm just going to keep pulling these out. Y'all, imagine if I waited another couple of weeks, right? I mean, again, I probably have 3 more weeks before my last frost. These things would have been lunkers by that time. These, because look at them. Oh my goodness, my basket's running over. I'm not mad about that. I got another one, I'm sure. Now, I didn't do I don't believe I ever fertilized these after I set them up. I don't remember doing any liquid fertilizer over here. I pretty much set it and forget it. And I didn't water these as much as I watered everything else either. I found last year, I think I watered too heavily last year. And all of my sweet potatoes came out real black skinned. I think I kept them too wet. But this year, these are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. Let me stop talking. Let me start digging. And I believe I put in this bag somewhere between 6 and 8 slips, if I remember, and I'm not 100% sure. I do remember a couple of my slips died and they never took off, and I replaced them. But I don't believe there was more than 8 slips in here. But I'm thinking it was closer to 6. But 6 slips. Yeah, the soil is real dry in a couple places, but actually the soil is very dry the lower down I go. Now look at my potato harvest. 120 days in the ground, watered maybe once a week, and this is every bit a meal a couple of times a month easily, which is a year's supply for us because we don't eat that many sweet potatoes. But I got several pies in the future. Now that we got the potatoes, let's move them over to a place where we can cure them. Now, if I tried to eat these potatoes just like this right now, they wouldn't be sweet at all. They need to cure. So the skins on these potatoes are actually very thin right now. And so if we want to put these potatoes in storage, we need to cure them first. So that's our next step. We will move over to cure these potatoes. Okay, I am in my she shed, and this is where we're going to cure these potatoes. So in my she shed, I have cured my onion as well as my garlic, and you can see I never cleaned it up. So I have cardboard down. I have boxes available in this space here. In my she shed, I get morning sun and I get evening sun. The evening sun behind me hits that wall and it really heats up this space. There's no air circulation in here. That's probably going to be a problem, but I can always turn on the ceiling fan up above. But when it comes to curing your sweet potatoes, you want high humidity where possible. And I know this upcoming week, even though today is September 30th, I know this upcoming week it's supposed to be in the 80s, which will make it almost 100 degrees in here during the day. So we are going to pour these sweet potatoes out, place them on all of this cardboard that's already down. There's no direct sunlight in here. I mean, is there some sunlight? Yes, but not direct sunlight in here. And we are going to cure these potatoes in here for at least 7 days, if not more. And that's how you concentrate the sugars of your sweet potato. You can't take this and go cook it right away and think it's going to be super sweet like a sweet potato is when you get them from the store. We got to do this curing process first. So I am going to start by lining this box. That way, when it's time to take them in the house, they're already in a container. That's one less step. And I'm trying to be careful because the skins are very thin. And some of these are way too small. I know they are. But I'm hoping I can use them to create slips for this upcoming year. So I try to take everything that I get. All right, so there's one container. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I know these don't look like much, but I weighed them inside before I came out here, and it was every bit 28 pounds, just under 30 if we want to call that 2-pound difference. Doesn't look like much, but this is nice. This is very nice. Like, oh my goodness, look at this. My sweet potatoes. All right. So these are the first sweet potatoes of the year. And we will let them sit here and cure. So once they're cured, and if you don't know what curing means, that's when you're going to toughen up the skins. So if I rub the skin really hard right now, it would peel right off. Curing them is going to toughen that skin up, which will allow you to store them for a very long period of time. I stored my sweet potatoes for almost 10 months last year once they were cured. Curing is the first step. So let's get these cured. And we will be back here in about 10 days, and we will take these downstairs and put them away for long-term storage. Now, I have 2 more containers that has sweet potatoes in them, but I know I started them about 2 weeks later than than these sweet potatoes. So hopefully the frost won't get them before I can get back to doing more sweet potatoes, but I got the majority of them right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, like, share, and hopefully there's something you can learn from this process as well, or maybe you just love me digging for treasure. Until next time, and I hope there is a next time, and I hope to see you back here again real soon. Bye.